Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal as long as you are on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade. This is a strictly education room. It's not a trading room. You're very welcome to follow any of those signals as long as you are on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade. On the left upper corner is the market analyzer, and the market analyzer on the left upper corner is based on 1 minute, and this is the automated signal. Trading is on the blue chart. On the right upper corner, it is the scalper, and on the scalper we use a white chart. As you see, the YM and a Russell and a NASDAQ and some other. Will go ahead and bring them to you. The NASDAQ, let me get it down. I'll take it down. And then we have the Russell. Those are the white charts are the scalpers, and the blue charts are the swing trading. And then we will be using a different type of an auto trade, total different type of an auto trade, and we will highlight the TI7, and the TI7 have a different strategy, and we will cover it. But the minute we are done with here, because it's a very important areas here, and then we start examining the market. What I see right now, there is nothing but long on the market. There is no short, and we will start bringing the other auto trade as well. This is the gold on the other auto trade. This is the TI7, and the TI7. It is the total different automated trade. Is not just based from the signal. It's a total different algorithm in this one here. And then we start to cover some other charts, but right now I need to keep my eye on the scalpers for a few seconds. And we start cover the market a bit. Oh, here it is. I've been looking for it, and again the white chart. Here they are the scalper, and the gold is on the TI7. Has nothing to do with the. And we have on the TI7. We have the DAX as well, and So we got our hands full today. And as an example, on the scalper, NASDAQ turned to swing trading. The white chart is right here. On the scalper, the market analyzer is based on one contract is 187 ticks into the profit based on the last entry signal. It's not the whole day. It's 930. On the scalper, it's two contracts, so it's double the amount. But if we look at the market analyzer on both of sides, they are based on one contract only. So okay, I'm so glad the gold is done on that trade. And we still have the DAX. The one in the gray is the TI7. It's not the signal. And we're about to close one trade on the DAX. This is a little over 5K on this one. We are one tick away to close one of the position. DAX is my favorite instrument, but if you don't know what you're doing, the DAX can really get you. You have to be extremely fast. You have to understand, aware of the danger in the market on the DAX. And if you're not very fast, light-handed, the DAX is not a good idea for you. The DAX, you should only trade the DAX if you know what you're doing. It can be very expensive, and it can wipe up your account if you don't know what you're doing on the DAX. And it can make a lot of money, and it can lose money if you don't know what you're doing. The DAX, you cannot just auto-trade DAX. You need to look at the chart, watch on the DAX for a few minutes, and keep your eye on the ES. I know they are both from two different planets, but you gotta look at the ES, and it has direct impact on those two together. And a lot of times you can predict the DAX from looking at the ES. I know the DAX is on different planet, it's in Deutschland, and the ES is in a different country. But they are connected somehow, and they feed each other. So in order for you to trade the DAX, you need to look at the ES. If you don't do that, you're going to be whacked on the DAX. The DAX is a very serious business. And if you are trying to step a little bit out of your knowledge or something, if you want to trade the DAX, maybe you trade the micro DAX. You don't trade the mini DAX because it is a very fast market, and it's a very unforgiving market, and it can really turn against you if you don't know what you're doing. And we still have two. We're about to close the two scalper. We still have one scalper out. one trade on the NASDAQ, and those are 15 seconds scalper coming from that market analyzer on the right upper corner. And now it's finished, it's done. We have a new signal on the YM, and now the NASDAQ fired, no, I'm sorry, the YM fired short. This is the new signal, and as you see, because the ES starts sinking, if the ones they're trying to step out of their territories and want to trade the DAX, you can see how it has an immediate impact on that trade and on the DAX. And really, as we look at the ES, this is a re-entry point on the ES. I mean, God help us if we sink below that number here. If we're going to sink below that number, that means we are going down to the 3264, gentlemen, 3264. But this is the re-entry point on the ES. Right here, right now, is a re-entry long on the ES. If we break that area, this is the scalper ES. As you see, the translation is right there on the market analyzer. And what we do, there's only a few more days for the election. I'll be glad when it's over. It's bringing a lot of volatility to this market, and that's why I'm breaking even as soon as possible. You never know how this market is going to turn around on you when you are in a trade, and it's going to stay like this next week until this election is over. So we are done with the scalping trades, and there is only one small trade on the Russell. And also on the Russell, I mean, we don't need to do that much. We can break even, and we monitor that one too. Those two are done, out of the way, and now we are flat on the market. Again, guys, if you are an ES trader, NASDAQ trader, YM trader, this is a key holding on the ES. As I said a few minutes ago, this is a pullback re-entry on that area here. The same thing apply for the NASDAQ, and the same thing apply for the YM. So if we break that area here, we're going to be in a big problem. Right here, right now, where is my crosser is, 3273.75. This is a re-entry point. If we sink below that and the bar close below those numbers, that's mean we are in trouble with this market. Fasten your seatbelt, because if this number, as where I have this crosser on the ES, 3273.75, if it's not gonna hold, we drop into the 3264.38, and this is a crucial to understand where you are in the market, and we keep monitoring those trades, because this is a key, and it is very important to understand where is your limitation in the market. Every day there is a new levels and a new limitation, what you can do and what you cannot do. And there we go. As we speak, it was a re-entry point, exactly what we were expecting. And now we are done with the scalper on the Russell. And now watch the scalpers. They're going to start switching to the long trades. And as we predicted, as we see from those numbers you don't draw. Those are automatically comes on the chart. And as we see, this is the NASDAQ re-entry point. This is the ES re-entry point. So it's not just auto trading. You can also, if you took a trade and your trade hit the target, does not mean you can sit on the side. If you want to initiate a trade, you can initiate a trade, and it works very fine. And then start. You can take one manual trade as well. If you're not sure, you can take a micro trade in this area, and really can help a lot. Understand the pullback re-entry. It is a very profitable approach to the market. Nasdaq will have a problem at this fib line at 280. Is going to have a little problem there, but this is not really important as the 96.50. And if you are on a pullback re-entry, or if you are auto trading on the Nasdaq, stay close to your chart, because we are coming to the 95 level, and that is a problem, a really big problem on that area here. So monitor this market by the tick on the Nasdaq. This is a little fib line here at 80.75, but this is not as important as this problem here now is 96 level for the Nasdaq. So whether you are auto trading or not, you still have the same problem on the same level. And I hope we are able to cross that one. The 96.75 level. And then the next bumper is the 113.11 or 113.12.50. So we will see once we get there. Once we are done with watching this market a little bit on the ES to see what decide to do, we will start to bring down the other auto trade, the TI7, and cover what happened today. Now watch out for the ES. We have a very good support at 80.75, and there is nothing holding this ES as I can see right now. So there is a lot of potential for a very nice run all the way to the target at 92.75. So this is a very clear area to be trading from. Unlike the Nasdaq, we have a problem at 96.75. Once we cross it, the next problem is 11.50. So this is a very important to keep your eye on the ES. The ES is giving the oxygen for the Nasdaq. Very important. Now, as we see on the scalper, the ES already initiated trade. We're gonna go ahead and expand the trade. And the same thing on the Russell. We're gonna go ahead and extend it, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the YM. I'm gonna go ahead and take it a little bit higher, and then we will see the auto trade put it on the target, but we need to see if we can go higher than the target. And if we look at the ES right now, as expected, is coming to the 94 level. And this is a very good run. Look, this is where really scary part is you're gonna experience a lot of this next week. You are in the right direction. All of a sudden, the market on a little rumor on the news is gonna take this market left and right. So next week, I strongly recommend next week. I'm even thinking not to be on a YouTube next week, because next week is gonna be really, the market is going to be very hard, and I'm not sure I want to be leading any traders to any trade next week. So maybe I'm thinking not to go live next week on a YouTube. Not to just trying to hide. I just don't want to encourage traders to take trade next week, because most of us next week we will be sitting on the side, and I probably will not even look at the market. I'm not interested in trading the market next week. So probably next week we are not going to go live on a YouTube. I don't want to encourage anyone to go. I don't know. I have not made up my mind yet, but I will think about it over this weekend. I just don't want anyone or encourage anyone to take any trades next week. It's going to be a lot of volatility. The market, it will be driven on rumors. Depends on what channel you are watching. And it is a very tough competition this year. So we're going to see a lot of fast movement, slow movement. It's going to be a wild ride next week. So if you are not trained enough, or you are thinking to go live, boy, you picked up the wrong week to go live. I strongly advise anyone out there, whether it's our member or not, or you're thinking to go live next week, try to take a pill and relax, a headache pill, and try to go live the week after the election, and then at least you will enjoy it much better than to dive into a chop market next week. We'll see how it goes. We have a few traders want to go live, and I told them, wait till after the election. It's not smart to go before the election. And you're going to see a lot like this. You are on one direction, you're going right, and it's going to be like a tango trading. One step forward, two step backward, and then you're going to get lost. So stay on the side next week, guys. This is a place, and forgiven a place for mistake. You pay right on the spot, no mercy. Blame anyone you want next week. The only one you need to blame is yourself, whether you are using our system or anybody else's system out there. I'm not trying to protect anyone here, but next week, don't get into the rain with a gorilla next week. You're going to lose. We've seen it many times. Especially the beginners, the ones they think they have an auto trade and that does not affect them. You're going to be squeaking next week, So don't think it's not going to touch you, the market. It will touch you, the market, especially the new beginners, brushing off what the market is telling you. We still have one trade on the scalping. There is not much going on, and the markets keep climbing. Let me see where we are on the ES. As we said, now the ES is 93.25. If the market pull back, or the market all of a sudden drop, expect to re-enter the market somewhere around 77 level. This is the re-entry point, and then your stop loss has to be 72.75. But we are going straight to the target, and we don't have that much trades on the TI7, and we have one trade on the Russell, and the gold has been amazing the way it's moving. The gold, it is really something else. The gold. And as you notice, they're all on the 3 minutes, on a minutes chart. And actually, I don't have that much open. They all practically hit targets. We will show that later on. Okay, we have one of the guys asking about the new auto trade, the one we are testing. I will show it to you. This is the market analyzer for this new auto trade we are testing, and it's not going to be released on Monday. Again, it will not be released on Monday. Maybe we will release it on the Monday after. We're not done yet. And at the beginning this morning, the ES got hit, and then on the second round, hit the target 1,500. And now, as you see, none of the instruments on the scalpers are taking a trade. So what happened, we had a hit earlier, very early, around 4 or 5 o'clock Eastern time, and then we recovered from it. And then we had a problem with the Nasdaq earlier today, European session. Also, it was really down and has recovered most of it. The gold has been straightforward all day long, and the CL has been straightforward all day long. However, the Nasdaq yesterday was over 6,800 on the Nasdaq yesterday. Today, earlier this morning, the Nasdaq got hit a little bit and has recovered all of it, and now we are going on the right direction. So right now we are trying to, this is really funny. It's not any trade taken. If we study the YM, has not taken any trades. If you notice here, for the last couple of 3 hours, the gold just closed one position right now. Nasdaq just closed position right now, and it is a lot of volatility, absolutely a lot of volatility, and we are still going forward with that. We will see I mean, it's too early for the day, but I will update you what's going on that one. So it's not. Yes, and we're still using it straight out of the box. Now, when I reload to the ES, as you see, also has not been taking trades. Not too many trades on the ES. Very rare trades, and it is straight out of the box, guys. So there is. You can see sometimes there is a lot of trades, and sometimes it skips hours. And this is exactly what it's built for. Like the Nasdaq here, there is a lot of trades. ES, there is no trade. Gold, there is a lot of trades. YM, there is no trade. This is what we are trying to do on that scalper. We have plenty auto trades. So when the market like now getting quiet, you're not gonna get any movement or any trades. And as we see, the 5 instruments, there is not even one trade yet, and for a reason, you know. And this is the way you protect the trader not to overtrade. And this is very smart. I'm testing new templates on the TI7, so please don't ask me for any new templates, but we are testing new templates on the TI7, and but we still testing those new templates. And on the new template, we are using the same template. And this one here, it is the CL, and I don't know if, and the ES, I don't know how much it made the ES today. And the ES is, again, guys, please do not send me message on the Skype. You need the template. We're not done yet. So this is the trades, and it's the same template on the DAX. It is very on the DAX. It's a very small trades. I don't want it to be. So it's the same template, but it's a very tight. I made the DAX. Maybe I should let it give it a little more air. I don't know, but this is the new templates we are testing, and for some reason I cannot. It's only the Nasdaq. Sometimes I cannot bring the Nasdaq chart down. I would have showed it to you. But sometimes on the Nasdaq, for somehow, because when the Nasdaq, sometimes I have a problem, maybe overloading, I don't know. But sometimes the Nasdaq, I cannot touch the charts for some reason. But I will bring you the Nasdaq. So the DAX, I made it extremely tight, on the Nasdaq, and on the DAX, I apologize, extremely tight, small trades, extremely small, 1 or 2 bars, because this is an expensive one. I didn't put it on the swing trade mode on this one here, but again, guys, this one here, we are testing it. I don't know if I can release it on Monday or not. I'm not sure. We still need to do more testing. And on this one here, I lose the ES a bit, and today made 3,900, and I widen. It's the same template, but I widen the trade a bit, and so This one is out of the way, the gold. Again, guys, I'm not going to send the template right now until we are done with it. And all those charts is the same auto trade. Let's get this one here out. This has nothing to do with has nothing to do with the signal trade. And we added the trailing stop. The CL is beautiful on the CL. Yes, it is. And at the same time, I try to keep them between 3 minutes and 5 minutes. So this way we'll kill the noises in the market. And this is very obvious, like what we were talking about, the DAX. And if you want to really dig into the DAX trade, look at the ES. And that's what we were talking about, the connection between the ES and the DAX. Once you know how to connect those two together, you will see they practically move. And sometimes you can predict the DAX a few seconds before it happens. So this is a really, I'm really having an internet problem. I do have an internet. Gentlemen, we have an internet problem, and I need to keep you on a standby. I think it will be best. We have an internet problem.